Welcome back to another Real Talk reaction. This one is for Watchmen, episode number 6.
Yes, and before we get to the reaction,
like we always do about this,
I want to feature a couple of the comments that you guys left. I try to mix it up each week so that the same people keep getting featured. But again, we do read all your comments. We appreciate all the comments, so be sure to keep those coming. So the first commenter was actually one of our Patreons, Lasith, who says, "I loved your reaction. Like you guys, I really enjoyed the Wade's backstory, but I still have no idea where is this show going and who are the villains and how is it all going to come together."
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I think that's a great. I feel like we're very much in the same boat.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I feel like they're hashing out the mystery plot right now. You know, we got some secrets and we got some like ongoing of like what's the bad guys? Cavalry. Yeah. So I think right now the plan is to just stop them. But the twist is they got a little bit of secrets.
I mean, there's a lot going on. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's not clear yet.
Yeah. History is not for real.
Next comment is from William Jeffrey from YouTube from episode 5, who says, "I'm sure a cajillion people explain this by now, but just in case. If you saw the Watchmen movie, you might remember the 2 detectives in the beginning investigating the death of the comedian. In the graphic novel, their roles are slightly bigger in that they are investigating the disappearances of genetic scientists, graphic artists, writers, and the death of a psychic whose brain is missing. It turns out they weren't missing, just secretly working for Adrian in creating his squid monster. The devastation from teleporting the squid in New York wasn't only from a giant creature colliding with the city, but the brain of the psychic was implanted in the squid and rigged to set off a psychic explosion for miles that would send horrific images of the fake alien world into any survivors. It looks like Wade, though traumatized by the event, was spared from the impact percussion by being in the funhouse and from going insane by the fake images because of the reflective mirrors. Unless I'm completely wrong, in which case, I don't know what's going on."
Let me tell you something. You can't have a well thought out answer in a comment like that and then end that off with, well, I might be wrong.
This legitimately cracked me up. I like totally loved your comment, and I like the fact that you're like, I'm not 100% committed to it though, but I thought it was so great. So thank you for your comment. I thought it was awesome.
Who was that?
That was William Jeffrey.
William Jeffrey. Go ahead,
Alright, next comment is from Bruno Matai, who says, "Europa is the moon. There are 2 theories about who put him there, Dr. Manhattan or Lady True, but probably Lady True. How did the squid kill people? Its brain was cloned from a psychic, and its death triggered a psychic blast meant to kill and inflict trauma on survivors as by explained in the video. Just to clarify in case you're confused, in the original comic, I can't remember how to say it. Killed everyone who was involved in the creation of the squid in order to keep it secret. This series is proposing the idea that in order to create the utopia he envisioned, Veidt allowed key political figures knowledge of the hoax, but only years after he had already pulled it off, and took actions to get Robert Redford elected. Based on the video, we can assume that only Laurie, Night Owl, and Dr. Manhattan knew who was responsible until 1993, the unsealing of the video." And I also want to note, Technomaster also responded to this comment, who says the levels of conspirators that Veidt needed to pull all of it off, the squid attack, hoax was amazing, but he had the next level supervillain attention to detail working overtime, which I thought that was a great addition to the comment. As a matter of fact, for any of you guys who want to go back and check this thread, the comments between Bruno and Techno were great. I read through the whole thing. I just couldn't spend the time to feature all of them. It would have been entirely too long. But that's just a great thread going back and forth that the 2 of you guys had. So great comment, great insight. Really appreciate that.
That was deep, man.
And then the last comment is longtime subscriber Gabe Changer.
Oh, what's up, Gabe?
"As others have said, it was a psychic attack. If it was a sonic boom or something, you'd be done for with your superhuman hearing."
My ear's too good. That thing is piercing.
We can all hear it, baby.
It's saying it's just a little bit more sensitive.
My ears are the best because it's annoying me. Shut up, babe. They must have not tested this on regular super hearing folks.
They must not test it on superhero people.
Yeah. We should just test it on y'all regular folks. Because it is really hurting my ears.
You kidding me? I'm saying all that. I'm saying, man, can't lie.
My ears are probably just more sensitive. You were saying those things, man.
Oh, he trying to go at me, man.
Crossovers from other shows.
Yeah, that was good.
That was well placed joke. I loved it. So thank you again for your guys' comments. We absolutely love that. We love being able to feature you guys week over week. But without further ado, let's get to episode 6 right now.
Come on, man.
I thought that was so great.
That was good. If it was a side book,
you would have been destroyed.
You're trying to get me on that one, right?
I was like, oh, this is so getting featured.
Hate knowing people with good ears. That's what that is.
Shut up.
Game Changer don't even really comment, but he had to come in and say that one right there.
Oh, I should have told him too. I fixed the thing for him.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
How you fix it?
I just
you sure did.
I moved it over.
You're in a retreat.
Oh, jeez. God, jeez.
The massacre of 1921.
Oh, they didn't test this on. Who'd they test this volume on?
Oh my God.
If you want her to know who you are, just tell her.
Why y'all bring up old shit? What happened, yo?
So you know what it's like? The Riddler.
The Riddler.
From the movie, remember he had the thing sucked in so he could suck in everybody's brains and then he got overloaded and it was all everybody's brains? And he
It
goes,
was your
insane.
idea to put on that mask and fight crime.
What do you want from me?
We want you to take that fucking hood off so we can take a photo of your beautiful face.
Never.
What do you say, HJ? Well. Ain't you pretty? Say cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese.
Cheers!
American Hero story.
Oh, she's gonna be him. She's gonna be him. She's looking for a recorder though. She's writing notes now. Oh, they skipped out.
Congratulations, son.
Beware the Cyclops.
Beware the Cyclops?
Cyclops.
Is that the squid? That's not
Professor, good evening.
Evening.
See, walking the beat. That's what they call it, man. Walking the beat.
it. Walking what?
Walking the beat.
The beat?
Walking the beat. Go away.
Why he always gotta over enunciate his beat? We're still doing this.
Hey, yourself.
Is this really happening?
I mean,
Is
he
that
just
in front of a
literally
cop?
did.
This
I can see
spook
this
is
bullshit
accusing
happening
me
right
of
now.
horrendous crime. Who are you gonna believe? Me or him?
What'd you just call our fellow officer?
Nothing. Sorry.
Don't apologize to me. You apologize to him.
Oh, they stood up for him.
Hey, this ain't gonna be
They didn't stand up for him?
good. I mean, it's
I'm
like
so sorry.
When Reeves made the arrest.
We got it from here.
Yeah.
What's this?
Sure.
Cyclops.
This is so cool visually.
Yeah.
Like the way she's going through his like.
Decent news, huh? Yeah, more hope.
What's it about?
Oh boy, a baby. His father puts him in a rocket ship and sends him to Earth just before his planet explodes.
Pardon me, officer. You let him go?
Let who go?
The man I brought in from burning down in Delhi. Friend.
Sorry. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Another time they go work. I'm the one that struck up your chief of police. See, he might have psychic powers though.
No one has powers.
What did you say?
You keep your black
knows our white folks' business, nigger. Or next time, we won't cut you down.
Oh yeah, Superman.
This is really sad. He's like struggling.
Hooded Justice.
It's not even that he hates white people. I mean, he does, but like, he's like, fuck this. I'm gonna do right things regardless of what you say. So he's like saving the other people. So he's hooded justice.
True.
He's got the thing.
Yeah.
He's the hooded justice. He's where the character was made out of.
They just whitewashed it on TV.
Well, they probably never knew who he really was.
Well, I mean, you can see them eyes and be like...
Yeah, but this is his generic mask, so I'm sure the mask...
Oh, when he hooked it up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he walking with the...
Okay. Burn it down.
You ain't gonna get justice with a badge, Will Reeves. You're gonna get it with that hood. And if you want to stay a hero, townsfolk gonna need to think one of their own's under it.
Mm-hmm. I told you he would figure it out.
Yeah. And I always wear these gloves.
You sure you want to do this?
It's super tight because she does the same thing with her eyes.
It's the exact same
But she does
thing.
the opposite. She makes them darker.
I just don't stop. Real. You see?
Yeah.
That's like Daredevil some shit.
And that's
This cape's getting in the way though.
I'm gonna have to do something about this.
Yeah.
Do like some collars or something. At the store.
Oh, the lettuce fell.
What the fuck are you supposed to be?
Howdy, neighbors. That's fucking tight.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucking freaky, Angela. If you can hear what I'm saying right now, I need you to blink. Good. That's great.
Your name is Angela Abor. You were born in Saigon in 1976.
He scrutinized the different locations where Hooded Justice appeared and cross-referenced them with patrols of local police.
I don't think he's a cop.
No.
We know he's a cop.
I believe a cop is feeding him intelligence about criminal activity. But you know all about this, Officer Reeves.
Well, if you consider the Ku Klux Klan a criminal enterprise, then yes. And they're planning something.
Sounds like a job for the Minutemen, all right.
Sounds like a job for the Minutemen.
He's definitely Captain Metropolis.
Yeah, that's the job.
Let's say I do know Hooded Justice. Why should he need you on your team?
You shouldn't.
You should.
No.
Yes.
Is this legit? Color
You
it.
have to be sure you're covered up. Wear the makeup and hood at all times.
Tell me about the first time you saw me.
Would you love it again?
Tell me.
Now that you got a team behind you, exactly what kind of crime are you going to target?
I believe there is a vast and insidious conspiracy at play in the city. And I have evidence that a secret plan is being developed by
A new crime boss who calls himself Mullock the Magnificent. Now this villain is planning to harness the sun to create every solar weapon threatening every man, woman, and child in New York. So, if you'll excuse us fellows, the Minutemen have a city to save.
About time you showed up. What happened here? Same thing that always happens when you put a bunch of animals in the same cage.
Go on in. We need someone who speaks their language.
Oh my god, I can't see. I want to murder them all. Oh, remember the book? That was like
Cleveland.
mesmerizing.
Yeah.
Voice inside my head.
Where the cyclones.
It's my head.
Hey, do I know you? No offense, but you and Jake start to blend together after a while.
Right. While we still talking.
Hey! Do not stop until their blood covers your hands. And then hit yourself again.
He ain't ready for that. Right. He wasn't even ready for that.
So I chaffed them and I gaily laughed away. I am without my love.
We need to go home. Now, we need to go home to Tulsa.
No! I'm not going back there.
No, I'm talking about you, Reeves.
Why would you ever want to go back? Is what I don't understand.
Well, she ain't know shit about it. She was just a baby. He ain't going back though. He knows something.
I'm like, even her with the stories and like.
I mean, that was a long time ago. She don't really. She is not attached to it at all, baby.
Don't watch the movie. Well, that's how Angela gets born, though, because she goes back to Tulsa, you know?
You have a clan robe in your closet. My granddad's. I have a right to keep it. It's my legacy. You can hang yourself now.
From Tulsa, Reeves. You stay away from me and your son. As far as you're concerned, we don't exist.
Can we figure out what he did after this, though?
I'm gonna take you home now, honey.
Welcome back.
All right, that was episode 6 of Watchmen, and that was a brilliantly done show. I loved it.
I thought it was
great.
So great visually, yeah. I was
very
going
good.
to say that it kind of reminded me a little bit of like Inception, you know, where you know things pop up because of like how memory works, kind of thing, which I thought was super cool.
Yeah.
But I like the way like it's not clear defined memories, they kind of bleed into one another, which I think that's a lot of times when we think of a memory, you can't stick to that one memory, other things pop in because of that memory. So I thought that was cool from a visual standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, she knows the truth now. She knows it all except for the only thing she doesn't know is what Looking Glass knows, is the setup, the thing that happened, the terrorist attack. She doesn't know that part yet. But she knows all of her grandfather's
But I mean, I don't know
stuff.
how that plays into that either.
I think that's gonna play into that. They're both are gonna know some truths and be good, be a better team.
I think it's very convenient that the moment she woke up we have that gap between when his wife leaves him, which I love that storytelling that was the original girl that he like saved too. I thought that was cool. But there's a gap between and let's just say the first obvious coolest shit ever is that he is Hooded Justice. That was the greatest thing ever.
That was a good reveal.
That was absolutely the coolest thing ever, and even seeing like. We keep seeing Hooded Justice kept
as a white
being
person
introduced randomly
on the
throughout the show
yeah.
from the first episode,
yeah.
and then even while you're watching like him get hung, and then it cut off, and then as he's putting the hood, it took me forever, but as soon as he was putting the hood on, I was like, oh wait, is this where it's going? That was just such a cool freaking reveal. That was good. That was hands down the coolest thing ever. So I want to make sure to make that a point. But what I was going to say in reference to the memories and Angela experiencing memories, I think it's very convenient as far as, it's an inconvenience to us, but it's very convenient to the show that True's able to wake her up right at the point when he separates from his family. So now we don't get to see where the whole gap between that point when he was Hooded Justice and he just took out all of them with the camera thingies to it just super jumped, the memory super jumped all the way until we see Judd and how Judd got taken out, which I thought that was super great too, that he kept the camera. We're like, why did he keep the camera? But he kept it so he could make his own weapon that he could use against. And he knew Judd's family's part of that. I was trying to look up on IMDb right now real quick to see, like, were any of the cops that originally hung him? I didn't see it.
Either the cops or just Cyclops people altogether, aka the Klan. So, and like he Judd admitted, my granddaddy was in the Klan. So he was part of that. It doesn't matter. You was there.
I think and you guys please point it out if there was a big reveal in that, because I tried to look it up to see if there was some indication as to who
one of the cops.
Yeah, if it was one of the cops, I didn't see it when I looked it up, but I feel like it could have been missed.
I mean, it could be one of the ones he burned, but they would have had to have a kid already existing before.
Which could be the case,
which could be possible too.
But I thought just the fact that it was just such a smart episode from
really
beginning
smart.
to the end, and like. As soon as I saw him with the flashlight and it was him, and like everyone's wondering how did he do this, and you and I are speculating that he has powers or whatever.
That was probably that was probably going down as one of those classic flashback storytelling things that you can get right up there with all the other great ones that because usually when this episode is gonna be the one when they do the flashback and they talk to you about what happened. No, this was very telling, revealing information, and it was very, very cool watching.
It was
how they did it.
Super,
HBO,
super freaking entertaining. Absolutely loved it. And I thought it was so great too, where they did the flash or the switching between Angela experiencing it and her, like you see her visually versus William being like it's his character. So I thought even in that way, it was just to me visually it was very entertaining. It's super smart, and I absolutely hands down love this episode. I don't know where it's going from this point forward, but I think they're typically what we say the flashback episodes are what we will constitute as filler episodes. This in no way is that.
Filler. It was needed.
It was 100% value added.
I mean, I feel like we're moving towards something. Definitely. We're definitely moving towards something. All the chess pieces and they're all on the board. And they all starting to line up.
They're going to work together.
It's all going to be a great, I don't know, I think it's only 8 episodes? 9? Okay, cool. So we got 2 more episodes going down.
No, we have 7, 8, 9. We have 3 more.
Oh, 3 more? Oh, this is 6, right.
Yeah.
Okay, 7, 8, 9. All right, so cool. We got the Blue Man coming through at some point. I don't know why he'll be coming back, because probably all this shit about to hit the fan. And so he gonna need to come back to be like, hey, simmer down, man.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Yeah. Something,
especially because he's super disconnected from humanity now, based on what everyone's commented. So I don't know what would bring him back either. But as far as this episode alone, I thought Wade's last episode was my favorite, and that's again kind of a backstory type feel too.
I mean, his episode was good too.
That's what I'm saying. But I thought that was my favorite. But I'm kind of pushing this one because honestly, the reveal with the Hooded Justice was the coolest shit ever. Like that was shit right there. That was just fucking great. Yeah. So I love this. This was.
I love
a
it
great
too,
episode.
Man. Once again, HBO coming through.
Bringing it.
Coming through on these streets, letting y'all know HBO ain't going nowhere. We the OGs in this game of making good quality TV shows, and this is on par with everything else that they're doing. All right, well, look, thank you guys again for watching another Real Talk reaction for Watchmen, episode number 6. And until next time, people, peace.
John vibe in the air, let's go! I got the VIP locked down, cause I'm the hardest dude in the club right now. She got the VIP locked down. down, cause she the baddest chick in the club right now.
I got the VIP locked down, cause I'm the baddest chick in the club right now. He got the VIP locked down, cause he the hottest dude in the club right now.
Look, I'm on the guest list, walking past these